Hi, everybody. I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, so I figured I would do one. Because I'm not really doing so great. What else is new? Every time I post a video, you guys are always seeing like the worst of me because I don't post videos when I'm like super happy. I post videos when I feel like alone and depressed and stuff like that. But I was just thinking that I was going to YouTube something about people who have suicidal thoughts. And it's hard to find stuff on YouTube to like really help somebody or like talk somebody out of it. So I wanted to use this video to really say to people who do have complex PTSD or PTSD in general or suicidal thoughts from like a mental disorder or something, that the moment that we're in, it seems really dark and that it won't get better. But we have to remember that we have moments where we see reality better and we say to ourselves, wow, I can't believe I had that thought, and I'm glad I didn't do anything about it. Because even though there is a lot of evil in the world and there's a lot of heartache and people aren't always their best selves, we're all just trying to love each other the best we can. And I feel like I've been watching the show called You on Netflix, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but it like really, I don't know, it triggered me because I could really identify with like all of the characters to a certain extent. And for people who haven't seen it, it's really good, but at the same time, I will caution that if you have like emotional trauma, or if you've had relationships in the past that were abusive or something, it can be very triggering. But the cast is really good and they all play their parts like awesome. Like, I feel like for people who know what I'm talking about, the character Beck, I feel like I'm a lot like her in a way. Because I've always struggled with my self-worth because of my PTSD. And I feel like I want to be accepted and I want to be loved and I want to be like truly loved, not because somebody's trying to get something out of me or not because somebody's, trying to find like a means to an end. I want to be truly loved for myself. And I feel like I know we're all like looking for that. But it's hard to find. And having complex PTSD sometimes makes you question, well, what's the point of it all? Like, why are we here? What are we doing? Like, the world is full of pain, and it just doesn't seem like there's light at the end of the tunnel a lot of the times. And the cliche thing to say would be, well, love comes from within and you have to love yourself. But when you're feeling like crap and in the moment, that's true, but that goes out the window because you're just thinking about all of the pain, all of the regrets, and all of the hurt. And so I guess somebody who is feeling that way would probably be the best person to tell those feelings to. So if any of you guys feel suicidal in any way, I want to let you guys know that I get it. I get it. I'm not going to tell you it's going to get better because I don't know if it's going to get better. All I can say is that for me, I know that I have moments where I have better clarity. So that keeps me from not doing anything. And I don't know, there's certain triggers that maybe we should stay away from, but it's hard sometimes because we want to pretend well, not pretend, but we want to believe that we can do all of the same things everybody else can do. And sometimes we can't. Sometimes we can't because we have to take care of ourselves. And when we have complex PTSD, we forget that we need to take care of ourselves. We need to. Even if we don't love ourselves right now, we need to pretend that we do by doing things for ourselves. But even that, while I'm saying it, sounds like bullshit. Because I'm like, I know when I feel like shit, I want somebody else to take care of me. I want somebody else to tell me it's going to be okay, you know? So if I can be your somebody else, even though I don't know who you are or what you're going through, I can tell you that you are important to this world, whether or not you can see that or not. And if you were to not be here, you would change other people's lives too. Even if you don't have anybody in your life that you think cares about you, like family members or friends, just the people that you meet day to day, you don't know who you're going to be impacting throughout your life. You can't see the future. You can't predict what's going to happen. And you can feel bad about your past. And maybe some of it was your fault. And maybe some of it wasn't. But we have the right to live our life finding something that gives us meaning. Anything. Something. For me, it's knowing that I'm helping people while I'm here, because I feel like if I can't really help myself, at least I can help others. But at the same time, I feel like all those times I was trying to help other people, I was somehow feeling like I could maybe help myself. If that's weird. Like if I could change other people, it gave me hope for myself that like I could change, or I could maybe help the world be a better place by changing other people. But like that wasn't the right way to be thinking, you know, because we can only change ourselves. I can't change other people. But again, not to keep going back to that TV show, but that show You like really portrays those kinds of feelings in people, like the loneliness and how we're able to like fall for people and not want to see certain things because we just want to feel loved. We want to feel cared about. And that's normal. That's a normal human emotion to feel. And the girl basically fell in love with a sociopath, like a murderer, but because he's charming and funny and book smart and like good looking, like his character, like it's crazy because people are actually like that in the world. And people do fall for predators because of people like me who don't feel good about themselves, who want to believe that somebody is going to truly, really love them. Maybe this time, this person will really, genuinely love me, who will be transparent and be that kind of Prince Charming, as the character calls it, because we all want that. We all want that fantasy. We all want that story. So for people who are lonely because they don't have a lot of support and they don't have a lot of friends and they can't trust people and they feel bad about themselves, like we have meaning in this life. We do, whether we want to see it or not. We do. And we don't know the lives we're going to impact by not being here. You don't know what that's going to do to somebody else. And I know in that moment, you're like, well, I need to care about myself and think about my needs. And you do. And that is important. And that's kind of the reason why we're where we're at. Because we never really did care about our needs and what we needed. So I'm saying that if you are thinking about taking your life, I'm telling you that other people feel like that too. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, life is so great and, you know, it'll get better and that kind of thing, because we don't know if it will. But we know that we can bring light into other people's lives, and that could somehow give us that purpose to keep going on. And if you don't really have the emotional capacity to want to help others, then I guess I could say that you need to really figure out who you are as a person and what you want to get out of life. I mean, because that's the only way, and nobody can really give that to you. You're the only person that can. And I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep fighting it. I'm going to keep fighting it because we don't know what lies ahead. And yes, we're going to have days where we're depressed. We're going to have days where we can't even do chores. We can't even feel like we can take care of ourselves, especially if we have kids. And then guilt comes in and we say, oh, well, my kids need me and I can't be there for them fully. Well, you know what? Nobody can really avoid pain in this world. We all are going to have to go through pain. And unfortunately, with mental illness comes pain. But I think that if you can somehow get the people in your life to understand what you're going through, that helps. I let my daughter read about complex PTSD, and I think that helped her understand why sometimes I'm crying out of the blue or I just feel like crap. I mean, this world can be horrible, and people sometimes are not their best selves. They're not. They're not their best selves. And we're all just trying to love each other the best we can, but we fail at it because we're human. We're all going to be disappointing. It's just how we are as humans. We are. Humans are always going to let you down, basically, because that's just what we do. That's who we are. We can't help it. We don't want to be that way. And it is hard to keep going because you don't know if your life is going to get better. You don't know. You don't know if your future is going to get better. But that's the thing, is I don't want to end it without knowing. I don't want to end it without knowing if it will. I don't want to end my life realizing that our souls do go beyond this world and see the impact that had on people, not just my family members, but the people maybe I would have come in contact with who maybe needed to hear something, who maybe needed my support somehow, or seeing that my life was going to get better and the light was right around the corner, but I let my thoughts get too deep. I don't want to make a bad decision based on a moment where I feel bad, you know? And a friend I had once told me that we don't have bad lives, we just have bad moments. And to a certain extent, that's true. The bad moment can seem like it's never going to end, but nothing can last forever. Just remember that. Nothing can last forever. Is there a certain right person out there for somebody? I don't know. I think it just depends on if the people are willing to work on things, if they're willing to forgive each other, if they're willing to look past certain things. Because honestly, as human beings, we need to be able to forgive, because we're going to always let people down in some capacity. We're not perfect. And we can't always have everybody's best intentions, because it's just, we do look out for ourselves a lot of the time. I know that I struggle a lot with these feelings, and I know I'm not the only person that does. So I decided to do a video today because it helps me, and then I don't know who I'm helping in the process, but maybe somebody will come along this video and see it, and maybe it'll be the thing they needed to hear today. I don't know. I know that I struggle a lot with regrets, like wishing I did more with my life, feeling like, not to sound like conceited, but feeling like I have a lot of capabilities and a lot of talents that I don't pursue as much. Like, I feel like there's something in me that is really kind of extraordinary in a way. Like, something that I never really saw in myself before. I have, like, I like to sing, and if I have to get something done, I can, like a paper for school, and like get a good grade on it. And I'm a very deep thinker. I think a lot. A very, very deep thinker. I think about a lot of things. I don't see, like, I'm a truth person. Like, I'm obsessed with the truth. I'm obsessed with transparency. I'm obsessed with knowing what's real. And I don't want to live my life believing a lie. The way that, like, the ads on TV try to manipulate people, and we're all just kind of like running around to do what? Like, what? To make ourselves feel better by buying stuff, or thinking like this person is going to make me whole, and then just realizing that they're just as scarred as you, and they are human, and nobody can make you feel whole. And so, like, what is it all for then? Like, what is this whole thing about? Like, what is it? And then we have all these emotions, and we're bottled up with insecurities and anxieties, and everybody does. And even a person with narcissistic personality still feels sadness, even if it's only for themselves, or sociopaths, they still feel sadness for themselves. So, like, I don't know. All we can do is really just try to find true meaning. What is real? What is real? What is real in this life? We have to try to find that. In order to keep going on, we have to know what is real. What is real to us? What do we want to be real? What do we not want to see? We can do it, guys. We can hang in there. We can. We can. You can do it. You can keep going. Just like I can keep going. We can all help each other in that aspect. And you never know what your future holds. Don't quit, because you don't know if you're going to regret it either. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll be back again. Don't know when, but I'm sure I will. Bye-bye, guys.